and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums. They were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be allowed to happen again. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world, but they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. There's never been anything like it, and I think most would agree. I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else, with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people.
Yeah,
for the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America.
No, he's done that. And yes, I'll be pausing it because unlike the rest of the media that seems to believe that they need to cover fucking Nazi propaganda live at all times, I understand the importance of this. It is the president. But no, we're not going to let lies go by while he indoctrinates your children with the bullshit. There's no invading army here. There's not any. There was none. The only invasion is the masked people who used to be called terrorists. Proud Boys, 3%ers, who are now deputized to steal children and family members away from each other. That's the invasion force right now.
They just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war, they caused mayhem, they caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And
that's a lie. All he's done is enriched himself and his family. He went from less than $1 billion to $7 billion in 1 year. He's also made himself part owners of multiple Bitcoin industries, as well as tech industries, as well as industries that used to be simply for financial gain. The Wall Streets. He has become an entire company unto himself for foregoing the emoluments clause while being president. Also that he didn't get locked up for stealing our information and selling it to the Russians who now own your country. I just wanted to add that in there while the rest of the news is giving you this live like it matters. Allow me to give you the nuance.
To just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border.
There was no invasion.
For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country, a feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president.
Yeah, you just need to be able to get rid of citizens, all black and brown people, and people who have been here working for all their lives with green cards, here legally. 70% of the people who are locked up right now or gone to CCOT in another country have no criminal record.
We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other
words,
in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before.
The soldiers are sweeping up the fucking floor in Washington, D.C. They're sweeping the floor in front of the mall. They're on garden duty. The fuck out of here.
And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%. We have broken the grip of sinister woke radicals in our schools, and control over those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states where education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza.
Wrong. Every single one of those is a lie. Everything you just said is a lie. It's important. The rest of the news will not tell you that. Don't let it indoctrinate you. That's a lie, all of that. He stopped no wars. The very last one, he just went to Africa to pretend to stop, just started again 2 days ago, the day after he said he stopped it. It's a lie, all of it. And now he's going to start another one tonight.
Gaza, bringing for the first time in 3,000 years peace to the Middle East, and secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead. Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast.
That's a lie.
Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22%, and in many states, 30% or more.
Lies.
Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now, under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast.
Lies.
Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly. And it's not done yet. But boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on.
Yeah, you're right.
Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace.
Really?
Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300.
The only miner she likes
and
is
for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation.
Really?
Remember that. The wages, just look at it. Wages are going up much faster than inflation. How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history, and 100%.
Lies. The unemployment rate is through the roof. These are lies.
Of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national security. Much of this success has been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore. Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the U.S.
That's why he was standing next to the Apple president when he said that. The only people who can afford to build while you have tariffs on the manufacturing and the materials that you need to build with. You don't put tariffs on steel when you need to build. Huh? It's for billionaires. That's it. Whatever you're watching other than this channel is going to let him keep spewing. I will not. The point of the newscast is to show you in real time the lies and dispute them so you know what you're listening to. Besides the snake split tongue of the orange maniac who's going to start a war tonight.
USA in record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen. AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now, we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. And that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history that were really accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress.
It has taken
We
all
wrapped
of your health care.
12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
Lies.
Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special, we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend. In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776.
The fuck out of here! Don't send them $1,000. Take them home. Get them out of Venezuela. The fuck out of here. How dare you, sir? Yeah, I'm causing this. If you don't like to hear him speak with his snake tongue without anybody counteracting it, here's where you need to be. Go to the other place if you want to hear him talk shit. That's a lie. All of it. If you think you can buy soldiers by sending them to war and then sending them $1,000 fucking for Christmas afterwards, go fuck yourself, you orange maniac.
Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago.
You didn't even understand it. You couldn't even say it right. They just wrote it for you. You don't even know what the fuck you're saying. You're reading it. You said it wrong. You stumbled 5 times.
We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, We now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward. And I used the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction. They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called most favored nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, trumprx.gov.
Wow.
And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you. So they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower cost. It will be far better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich.
Stop. What does it mean? I'm giving the money to the people so that you can buy insurance. Good. What are you talking about, sir? Is it the $1,000 you say you're giving it to the people to buy insurance? Or was it the fact that you destroyed what we already had, which was already minimal at best? Or was it that Hakeem Jeffries and the Democrats had to get a discharge agreement just today to force a vote to extend the credits, the subsidies? Because your big, beautiful, stupid bill was getting rid of it, and in 2 weeks, it was hitting everybody's pocket. Is that what you're talking about, sir?
It was bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price. The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich, and the Democrat Party.
It sounds, the snake is talking. Tell me, if the money goes to you to buy from the insurance company, you weren't buying it before? America, were you buying it with your money before? What is he talking about?
Which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me, because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into their own massive slush funds, as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden.
All the energy is up now. The energy is up by more than 10%. Gasoline for your car is down or the same, depending on where you live. All other forms of energy, like your electricity, is up. Mainly because he has taken all of the solar and the wind investments offline as well as some of the damn actual physical solar and wind offline. Yes, it's up everywhere. And you know that because you pay fucking bills, and he doesn't.
And the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost. On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon in much of the country. In some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon.
You said that 5
and within
months
the next
ago.
12 months, we will have opened one.
He said that 5 months ago. By the way, it just hit 198. Then he said it 4 months ago. By the way, it just hit 198. Then he said it 3 months ago. Oh, did you know? It just hit 198. If you still believe this, you're watching the wrong news. Welcome. Hello.
1,600 new electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody, or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical new mortgage increased by $15,000 under Democrat rule.
Under
In
your
11
vote.
months, we've already gotten that
Democrat
annual
rule.
cost down by $3,000, and it's coming down a lot lower. Wait till you
Really?
see. The numbers are going to be shocking. And I'll soon announce our next chairman of the Federal Reserve, someone who believes in lower interest rates by a lot, and mortgage payments will be coming down even further early.
To the 13 people that are online, have you seen those better prices? No. When you do, let me know.
The new year, and you will see this in the new year, I will announce some of the most aggressive housing reform plans in American history. A major factor in driving up housing costs was the colossal border invasion. We have never been invaded. This is the worst.
Lies. Your houses cost more now because the people who used to work and build them are gone. That's what kept our prices the lowest. If you think we pay a lot for houses, go somewhere else where they don't have the border to exploit like we have for years. Not only is it a blatant lie, it's a lie in the actual opposite.
That, frankly, in my opinion, the worst thing that the Biden administration did to our country is the invasion at the border. The last administration and their allies in Congress brought in millions and millions of migrants and gave them taxpayer-funded housing, while your rent and 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. At the same time, illegal aliens stole American jobs and flooded emergency rooms, getting free health care and education paid for by you, the American taxpayer. They also increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned.
That's why you gave them $700 billion more. Is that why? Okay.
For the first time in 50 years, we are now seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving more housing and more jobs for Americans.
You're a Nazi.
In the year before my election, all net creation of jobs was going to foreign migrants.
Lies.
Since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American-born citizens, 100%. In the end, government either serves the productive, patriotic, hardworking American citizen, or it serves those who break the laws, cheat the system, and seek power and profit at the expense of our nation. Look at Minnesota, where Somalians have taken over the economics of the state and have stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota and indeed from the United States of America. And we're going
and they're eating the cats and the dogs too, YouTube.
to put an end to it. For so long as before my election, the vast majority of good and decent Americans were forced to watch as corrupt politicians plundered the halls of power, exploited our taxpayers, and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function. But not anymore, and you see that every day, not anymore.
Every
We're
day.
putting America first, and we are making America great again. Very simple. We are.
He just made $7 billion in a year off of you. That's what he just told you. By plundering, firing more people, getting rid of the people that are supposed to guard the money while he stole it and gave it to Elon and whatever his stupid Teal.
Making America great again. Tonight,
racist again, fascist for the first time.
After 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation is stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected. And our country is back. Stronger than ever before. We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen.
You're a failure.
Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics, both of which I got. But most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. There could be no more fitting tribute to this epic milestone than to complete the comeback of America that began just 1 year ago. When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity, certain to its destiny, and the envy of the entire globe. We are respected again like we have never been respected before.
Lies.
To each and every one of you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
And there you have the President of the United States speaking in just under 20 minutes or so to the American public in rapid-fire remarks, making big claims about what his administration...
All rapid fire, because now, when it's too late, the news media is going to try to dispute everything. 20 minutes of a speech, which is why I do the inserts, which is why I stop it and say the truth as he says it. If you want to know what just happened, was a snake oil salesman just marched on television, spit a bunch of lies, whilst taking money out the back pocket of everyone he's talking to. He said it so fast that no one had time to ask any questions. And when he left, the news media decided to start talking again. We cannot do that anymore. That's the old media. If you want others to know what just happened, send them this. So that every time he says a lie, it will be refuted by other facts, by non-refutable facts. That's what we just did here tonight. That's what good and decent people like you have provided here tonight by being here with me for this short little bit of time. That's what you guys just did tonight. You're heroes. You're heroes. I can't do this without you. And I guarantee you, whatever any news media is saying after that, it will not have the impact that 20-minute snake oil salesman had with his rapid fire, fast talk, con man bullshit. Just in time to whip up the base after being downtrodden, after seeing the light, after realizing that there's no Epstein files. The 19th is the deadline, by the way, this Friday. I'll be watching. After lying about housing prices, while getting rid of the cheapest labor you could possibly have that build the houses, have you noticed any houses going up? Have you seen the neighborhoods? Show me. Because I know, because of the numbers and my own eyes, they're not building anymore, which means they're not costing less. Supply and demand. Just like your grocery bills. And when he says that people should be building in America, they won't have any tariffs. The problem is you put tariffs on the steel and the concrete. So the only people who can afford to build in America were the people who were standing next to you when you made that statement. The CEO of Apple. Use this information as you go forth, YouTube. Thank you for being here. When this is done, share it so that others can see through the snake oil salesman, which unfortunately is our president, who has captured the minds at one point of almost 40% of this country. And if you think that it won't go back up to that after a speech like this, where normal people like you and I, who saw what I just did and who have been watching and paying attention, may say it's all bullshit. Watch and learn. Watch the spike tomorrow. Watch the spike tomorrow. All people need is an excuse. They will cut off their own nose if you give them a good enough excuse. So all he was there to provide was that for 20 minutes. You ever seen him give a 20-minute speech before? Ever? Just read? No. What happened was the Vanity Fair shit came out. He put a blockade on Venezuela, or at least says he will. Who knows? He might forget it in the morning. He was sundowning at the time. Never took a breath. You're 100% right. WAD 6556. Have you ever seen it? The only time I've ever seen that is at a used car dealership. And every time he did take a breath and go off script, he stuttered because he didn't even know what he was talking about or reading. Nah, you're not pulling it over our eyes. Share this, guys. I'm gonna get off because I think it's done. There's a lot to talk about. There is a lot to talk about, and I'm glad you're here. Maybe we should kind of get into something, but I literally just got home from work and I had to go live because it's important that he not be allowed to speak without rebuttal. He's dangerous. He's dangerous. It's important that he not be allowed to speak without rebuttal. There should be an ongoing list of rebuttals every time he opens his mouth. I love y'all. I'm going to be talking about this tomorrow, about everything that we need to be talking about. I didn't even get to the Vanity Fair stuff yet. I'm still on actionable plans. We put out a video with Jordan Herrera running for the 4th district in Missouri, where they're gerrymandering to all hell. And he helped get 380 something thousand signatures to push that gerrymander off. So now they have to vote on it. But they go back to the old maps until they do in November. We just interviewed on Closer to the Edge podcast, Bree Woodson, who is running against the same person that called ICE on the people building the Kia plant in Georgia and caused a national fiasco and taking money out of the town because of her insolence. We got actionable plans here. We got actionable plans here. Thank you for joining me. When this is done and it's ready, as soon as I get out of here, it should be able to be shared. Share it. Let people hear the actual truth. Don't let his lies go unrebutted, unrefuted. He's dangerous. He's a Nazi. He's a white supremacist. He's a narcissist, an abuser of women and children, a liar, a fornicator, a cheater. Don't let him speak without refuting everything all the time. He wants to fuck his daughter. He's incestuous. He is the incantation of debauchery. Set alive and walking. He's the storybook villain, twirling his mustache while laughing at the people he's pissing on. We will not allow him to speak without refuting it. Share this. I got more coming tomorrow, and I'm going to go harder than I ever thought. I only had a few things. It's going to be more now. I got you. I got you. Do not be afraid. Have no fear. Do not be dejected. Do not think it's all over. Do not let him stop the movement that we're moving on here, that we're starting. He needs your fear. I've never seen him do a 20-minute speech. Have you? You know why? He's uncomfortable. He's reading. He knows he's failing, flailing. Hakeem Jeffries got whipped up enough Republicans in the House to force a discharge, to force the vote for the health care. Just today, they're turning on him. And so someone really smart in his cabinet wiped the fucking orange makeup off of his face, combed his hair in a proper way, and told him, read this or else. And for once he did it. That's what we just saw. I'll see you guys later.